Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamble Smart channel. I hope you had a great weekend. If you went outside the casino, I hope you hit it big. And if not, I hope you at least practice some of the things that we talk about so you can become a better gambler. That's right. So today we are talking about our Q&A. That's right. Every Monday morning we pick some comments that we received in our videos and live streams from last week. And we talk about them today, answer them for you. Sometimes they're discussion items. But anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun today. And I hope you learned some good stuff. We got some good ones today. Seriously. All right, let's get going. All right, as always, if you are new here, we want to welcome you to the Gamble Smart channel. My name is Mark. I am a slot technician, and Dave is off today because he was doing a Tough Mudder event over the weekend, and he needs some relaxation time. So we will see him in tomorrow's video. All right, so let's jump right into it. Let's start with the first comment up for today, and that is from an anonymous user, and he writes, "I apply how to play, but when I am with others that chase, I leave with a profit, but they win and give it all back. I feel uncomfortable that they don't leave with a profit. I directed them to your channel. My question is, do I just remain silent when they chase and lose hundreds?" Very good comment here, and that's a very good question too. First of all, thank you so much for sharing our channel. We really do appreciate that. That is how people can become better gamblers, by being very much aware of what is going on. And so I commend you for that, and I also commend you for feeling the need to say something, right? We want everybody to experience what it's like to gamble smart inside of a casino. And so I understand where you're coming from. But I have to give you some caution. And the time to not tell them anything is when they're in front of a slot machine playing, or they just had a losing session or a winning session. The euphoria has completely consumed them at that point, and they're not going to be open to any kind of logic or reason or anything like that. It's not their fault. It's just how it works in a gambling environment. So my suggestion to you is wait a couple days. Maybe meet them out at lunch or golf course or whatever the case is, and just sit there and talk to them and say, hey, you know, I noticed when you were playing the other day, you always played it down to zero. Why is that? Why can't you quit while you're ahead? You know, and just start to plant some ideas in their mind that maybe they are doing something wrong. And some people are going to be open to this, and those are the people that can become better gamblers. But then there's going to be people that just refuse to listen to any kind of advice, and that's okay, right? Just don't push them too hard, because then they'll start resisting it, and then they'll start going a little crazier, right? So thank you so much for trying to do the right thing. There's only so much you can do. Everybody's got to make up their own decision on how they gamble. We're just here to give the best advice that we possibly can, and we thank you very much for trying to do the same. All right, let's get on to the next question. All right, next one is from Amin, I believe. So what does it mean when a slot is tapped, and how would you know? So I'm assuming that Amin is talking about a machine has been tapped out, meaning that it's paid way too much. It's paid too much. It's done its 10 million pulls like we talk about all the time. And so what does that mean for the machine? How is the machine going to change? And the thing is, the machine's not going to change at all, okay? Machines are programmed to play exactly the same way on day number 1 as they do on day number 365 or day number 700. Nothing changes on the programming of that machine. Each spin is completely separate. So you got to break the understanding that you may have that a slot machine has to stay in balance by constantly looking at how much money has been given and how much money has been taken. That is not how slot machines work. They don't need to work that way because it's a big probability formula. That is what's playing out, okay? It will balance itself naturally over time. It doesn't need to look and actively change how it plays. And I know people don't believe that because of things that they've seen, like, you know, getting lots of bonus rounds and then suddenly it just goes dark. That's just randomness at play. That is probability at play. That is not anything changing on the machine. It's not on the take mode. It's not on the win mode. It is not on the tapped out mode like this person's asking. That's not how they work. And it's important that you know that, because you can kind of think the bad decisions you can make off of that, right? You know, you see somebody loading a machine in and they put thousands in and they don't get a bonus round or progressive, and then they get up. You think, man, that machine's hot for the taking. All that money went in, it's got to start paying somebody back, right? So I'm going to jump in and start doing the same thing. Don't base it off of that. You'll lead yourself down a dangerous path. Trust me. All right, next question. All right, Paul Kelly asks, there's a casino here in AC making a big deal out of an invitation-only slot tourney from 1 to 3 p.m. The winners are not announced until 8 p.m., and if no one claims the wins, usually $5 in slot play, the prize goes away. 5 hours waiting around to do what? I wonder. You knew exactly what they're after here. That's it, guys. Slot tournaments are a marketing event. That's exactly what they are. They are there by design to get people to come in the door, okay? That's what free play is. That's what comped rooms and comped beverages and comped restaurants. That's what those are for. They are all meant as a marketing ploy to get you into the casino. Because the cardinal rule is if you can get people in there, if they have any kind of gambling weakness whatsoever, they're going to get bored and start playing a slot machine, right? And that's what they're wanting to do. And so slot tournaments are absolutely that, okay? My host emails me every single month telling me about every slot machine tournament under the sun, all the time. And I know exactly what it's for. It's to get me back out there, right? I'm strong enough to say, no, I'll go out when I want to on my own terms, and you should be too, right? Don't fall for that kind of stuff. This one especially is pretty bad. Like, you have to wait 5 hours for the result of the tournament. I don't know. Especially for $5 in free play. You're probably going to end up spending way more than that, those 5 hours. I mean, what are you going to do? Sit and stare at the wall for 5 hours? For $5 in free play? Totally worthless. I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's making any sense to me. Probably didn't make any sense to you either. So, thanks for the comment. All right, next one. All right, the next one is from Roni Asensio. I'm terrible with these usernames. All right, stupid pigs and firecrackers. That was directed at me. I said that in a video last week, and this is funny. It's not just him. There was probably 5 or 6 comments that are like, oh, this is getting personal. People have lost so much money chasing the stupid firecracker. I'm going to say it again because they are stupid, right? They do not give you any indication that it's going to go anytime soon. But most people don't think that, right? And I can see why, because there's no disclosure anywhere on the machine. Sometimes it's buried in the game rules, sometimes it's not. But all of that is an illusion, and it's important that you understand that, because you will fall victim to the chase thinking that firecracker is almost up there or that pig is gigantic. But sit there and watch people play it sometimes, and watch how that little missile goes up and it lights a firecracker, and the firecracker lights and then it goes away. What's that about? It's because when it's going to hit, it's going to hit. You can hit those firecrackers when there's none lit whatsoever. It can go all the way up to the top. I've seen it many times, okay? Every single spin, it's completely separate and completely independent, and the odds are the same on every spin that one of those will go off. And it's important that you realize that so you don't fall victim into the chase, because those games, man, they are everywhere now, and I'm telling you, it's just going to get worse. So be stronger than that, know what's going on, and you'll be a smarter gambler because of it. All right, next question. All right, so Tam979mil says, when it comes to Ainsworth must hit by progressives, are the numbers that hit, are they whole numbers, or can they also be whole numbers in cents? So I'm going to tackle this question in 2 parts, and it's actually another question that we received recently, and that is, how does the RNG pick which number is going to be the must hit by number? And the way it works is that as soon as that progressive is hit, the RNG is going to pick a number within that range, so between 9,000 and 10,000 in this example. And that's going to be the must hit by number, and it does actually include the cents. So it could be 9,245 and 36 cents. It could be 9,748 and 11 cents. It could be anywhere in that range, and it has to pick it by random, okay, on Ainsworth machines. So the question was, though, why is it always a whole number? It seems like anytime you hit one of those progressives, it's always a whole number. Well, it actually does hit at the decimal. So if it is 14 cents, it does have to cross 14 cents before it hits, but it always rounds up, okay? So if it's at 9001 and 98 cents and you hit it, it's going to be 9002.00. That's what you're going to see as the hit, okay? So it just rounds up whenever you actually do hit it. So that's what's going on there. All right, next question. All right, this next one is from an anonymous user, and I think I know why. Slot game designers are evil. I don't necessarily think they're evil, but they are charged with creating games that will keep people playing, right? To draw people in and to keep them playing as long as possible. That is the mantra of a slot game designer. But they can't make it too addictive, okay? And there actually are third-party entities that work with the gaming control as well as problem gambling to make sure that the games aren't too addicting. But I think that boundary is being pushed more and more nowadays than it ever has before. And this is a large reason why we created this channel, is because people need to be made very aware of all the tricks and tactics that slot games are being programmed with these days to trick you. We were just talking about the firecrackers and the pigs. That's one of them, okay? Chasing must hit by progressives. That's another one. Those are things that you need to be very much aware of so that you can stay in control, because the slot machine will take over if you don't put up your defenses and know what is going on. So I don't necessarily think they're evil. It's just that they're being able to get away with a lot more now than they ever have before. And it's only going to be a matter of time before the hammer comes down where they're going to have to stop doing that. But, I don't know when that's going to be. I don't like it. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I wish they were very much, I'm very vocal about this because you guys hear about this all the time. But I wish on any game that had like the visual firecrackers and pigs and coins and stuff like that, that they should have right next to where those things are, that it's an illusion. Like this gives you no indication that it's ready to pop. That's something that I think should be front and center so people know that. And I know people don't know that because of all the comments and questions we get with people saying, I don't know, the firecrackers, when they're all at the top, I hit it really quick. Nope, that's not what's going on. So yeah, unfortunately, I think this is just the state that it's in right now, but you got to be strong, right? You got to be strong. You got to know what's going on and to look past this kind of stuff. All right, next one. All right, Susan S. says, never understood the backup spin. Each spin is independent. If I win something significant, I cash out. Yes, you can go back-to-back bonuses, but the RNG doesn't know what the last spin was. 100% correct. There is no logical reason to do a backup spin, okay? There is no benefit to it. But where this came from is just an etiquette play, okay? This is something that's been around for a very long time. It's almost like the table game etiquettes, where you're not really supposed to enter a game mid-shoe unless you ask other people for permission to sit down. Like, they're just common things to do. And this is one of them. This was started a long time ago. People say you should always spin off the big wins because people feel like the next big win's not going to come for a while. Or people think the other way, that another big win is going to come for a while because it's on there. Either way, it's all an etiquette thing. That's all it is. There's no logical reason to do it. And so I understand that you understand that there's no reason to do it, because there really isn't. We talk about it here because it's like we're feeding into that etiquette, right? We just feel like it's bad juju to leave a big hit on there, okay? I don't know what it is, but that's why we do it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our Q&A Monday. If you do want to take part in Q&A Monday and maybe have your comment listed here, make sure you put it in the comment section below or comment on any of our videos that we do. We go through them once a week. We find all the comments from the previous week, and we pick about 8 of them to feature on the show. So if you're interested in that, keep on commenting away, guys. Let us know your questions and comments. Don't forget our live on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central. We do it every single week. And tomorrow we have our final chapter into the Off Vegas Strip Gambling series that we did, and that is from Durango. So stay tuned for that video tomorrow. Guys, gamble smart, gamble safe. Hope you have a wonderful week. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.